So in this lecture, what I wanted to do was give you a feel for the scope of the syllabus. We're going to do a deep dive in each of these areas, but I wanted to begin just by giving you an overview of what we're going to be covering in terms of the syllabus itself. And first up, I think I should tell you about who BCS are. So BCS is an independent organisation that certifies IT professionals. Now, they've been around for over 40 years and they've got an international presence, and you can take their certificates in over 200 countries. And generally, their certification schemes are developed with industry experts and based on best practice. Now, they've developed this particular foundation certificate. What's that about then? Well, the foundation certificate, the purpose of it is really to create more foot soldiers who speak the language of user experience. And because the syllabus that they've put together is based around an international standard in usability. I don't know if you knew there was an international standard in usability, but indeed there is. It's called ISO 9241 Part 210. There'll be a test later. Because of that, we can be fairly sure that the certificate encapsulates best practice. So to pass the exam, you'll need to take a 1-hour multiple choice examination on the topics that you can see on screen here. Now, the good news is you don't need to attend a training course to take the exam. And that makes it really different from all of the other vendor-based UX certification schemes that you've probably heard about, because those are awarded by firms as part of their training courses. Now, I'm sure those firms maintain the highest levels of integrity, but when you look at it from the outside, it's not a surprise that people often see this as a bit like marking your own homework. Now, as well as this foundation certificate, BCS are also creating something that they call a practitioner certificate. I'm not going to be talking about that on the course, but I wanted to give you a quick insight into what that is so that you can compare it with the foundation certificate, because it may well be that really the certificate that you might be more suited for is the practitioner certificate, or it could be the foundation certificate, but you kind of want to get a feel for what they're both about. So the practitioner certificate, now that's going to be partly examination based, but it's also going to be partly based on a portfolio review, and the practitioner certificate sets a much higher bar than the foundation certificate that I'll be talking about in this course. Now, the portfolio idea, well, most people that work in UX, they're used to submitting a portfolio as part of their job application process, so that shouldn't take a great deal of extra effort to apply for a practitioner certificate. It's kind of a business as usual process, really, of updating a portfolio. But I guess what differentiates the practitioner certificate from the one I'll be talking about on this course is that you can't simply regurgitate stuff you've learned on a course, because a portfolio demands evidence of real-world practice. But in this course, I'm going to be talking about the foundation certificate only, and the reason is because BCS haven't published their practitioner certificate yet. And these are the main areas that the foundation certificate covers. There are 9 areas: guiding principles, user research, illustrating the context of use, measuring usability, information architecture, interaction design, visual design, user interface prototyping, and usability evaluation. And what I'm going to do here is cover each of those areas in one short lecture to give you a feel about what the content of those is. So let's dive in.